the devotees, the genuine devotees of the Lord, they do not want to go even to the topmost planet because, as Krishna declares in the 8th chapter, O Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avatana Rajana Mamu Piti Dikontiya Punar Janmana Vidyate. That is, from the topmost planet to the bottommost planet, all are places of misery, where repeated birth and death is taking place. So the devotees of the Lord, they understand that even if one is promoted to the heavenly planets, where the standard of living is certainly far more comfortable than available on the other planets, still one doesn't free himself from the cycle of birth and death, and hence the devotees of the Lord, they're not interested in even going to the Satyaloka planet. They're not interested even in the Brahmaloka planet. They are interested in going directly to the spiritual abode of the Lord. Of course, the devotees are niskama. Niskama means the devotee has no desire, and sakama means one who has desires. Krishna guarantees that one who renders devotional service unto me without any motives, without any desires, he will definitely return to my abode. So the living entities are all connected to Krishna because the entire 14 planetary systems are within the universal form of the Lord. As the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunaya Shravanadi Shuddha Chitakara Udaya. That is, love of God is dormant within every living entity. This love of God is dormant within every living entity because every living entity in reality is connected to the Supreme Lord. Every living entity is living within the 14 planetary systems which are within the body of the Lord. So this love of Godhead is dormant within the heart of every living entity, but this unfortunately has been covered. And when this gets covered, the living entity has to experience nothing but misery, because the covering of this loving propensity for Godhead means developing material desires, developing lusty desires, which force the living entity to enter into a position of misery. Krishna bhuli se jiva anadir bhayir mukha ataiva maya tare deha samsara dukha. That because the living entity forgets Krishna, he begins to experience misery. So, as Prabhupada has often explained, the business of this Krishna conscious movement is to enable the living entity to revive his relationship with the Lord. Everyone is connected with the Lord. The only thing is that this connection is being forgotten. As Narottam Das Thakur has prayed, unless the heart is cleansed of all the material desires, one cannot understand the transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna that are being performed in Vrindavan. As long as these material desires are there, one cannot understand this. As long as these material desires are there, as long as the material thoughts are guiding one's life, one cannot understand what is the real standard of happiness. As Prahlad Maharaj has declared, Nate vidum swarta gatim he Vishnu, that people do not realize that the real pleasure lies in establishing a relationship with Vishnu. And instead of establishing a relationship with Vishnu, they are establishing so many other relationships. Punas charvita charvanana. These relationships are compared to chewing the chewed. One thing has been chewed, again someone picks it up hoping that there will be some nectar out of it, but in reality there is no nectar at all. So this is a brief description of material life, chewing the chewed.